Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Ball Games. Here we have Jared opening up on Elvish Reclaimer versus Rodney on Reanimator. Both kind of ideal openings here. Dark Ritual for Rodney. He actually just won a challenge with this list. And even though Selesnya doesn't have access to blue, there's going to be a lot of potential interaction. Elvish Reclaimer and Knight of the Reliquary and Crop Rotation can find Bojuka Bog. Endurance is a card that's commonly run in these type of lists. So even without Force of Will, Force of Negation, you know, the cards you're used to playing against as a combo player, this green deck just has a lot of ways of screwing over the graveyard. And we've got a Gristlebrand in play. So Thoughtseize took Knight of Autumn on Jared's side. And we've got Entomb, Exhume, unfortunately bringing back the Knight that was taken out of hand, but respecting Endurance. Really the only card that would have broken things up there. Another Dark Ritual with the floating mana. And it looks like Unmask is coming up from my slideshow here. There it is. So I guess, I don't know if he's going to be unmasking himself or Jared. Knight not super concerning. Oh, look at this. Galta put into the bin. And Animate Dead. Grabbing Archon. So Entomb putting Archon into the bin. The Boseiju on the other side of the board, a little bit of an issue here. So Animate is the reanimation effect that's available right now. Reanimate's not going to work. And Grief, and now Animate Dead. That's going to bring back Archon. So Boseiju will be able to get rid of the Animate. But this Archon is going to cause quite a bit of harm. Go up, discard a card, sack a creature, gain the life. Once Gristlebrand swings, looking at an additional 7 cards. I mean, this is very out of hand. At this point, Jared basically can just shut down this Archon, but Gristlebrand's still on board, representing a really kind of insurmountable threat here. So Boseiju does take out the Animate Dead. Archon goes away. Boseiju allowing Rodney to get another land. I think I mentioned that he won a challenge with this list. I don't know if I mentioned his YouTube channel. I think it's Rude Slay. Tried looking at his Facebook profile, didn't see it. But he has gotten a YouTube channel going. His exploits on Magic Online are documented. Rodney picking up game 1, dodging Endurance. Post board, even more interaction. Pretty much like all of the interaction for depths, or for the Selesnya deck, kind of interacts with the Reanimator combo in one way or another. Even a card like Force of Vigor can blow up Animate Dead. Crop Rotation. Crop Rotation finding Thespian Stage. Probably signaling that there's multiple crop rotations in Jared's hand. End is near. Raucous adds even more of a problem for Rodney. That's one of those cards that, you know, as I said, it seems like everything kind of interacts with Reanimator. Caracas hitting all of the legendary creatures. And I think as a Reanimator player, you have to, at this point, assume what's going to happen. So we got Chain of Smog, fires it off. Yeah, that's... He knew exactly what was going on there. Chain of Smog not really going to do anything. Jared could have discarded Crop Rotation if he had some type of glitch in his brain. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You know Crop Rotation's incoming. You know he's going to be able to grab Dark Depths, make a 20/20, and swing. The first Crop Rotation being played really signals that. I mean, that it's such a high-value card. The ability to get Bojuka Bog is certainly not something you'd walk away from just to randomly get half of your combo on board. If you don't have access to the second half of your combo, you're not actually going to use the Crop Rotation anyways, because you're going to wait to draw either a Dark Depths or a Thespian Sage so you can search up the other part of your combo. I mean, clear as day to anyone with a little bit of legacy experience. Rodney knew exactly what was up, and at this point, he's just going to take the play on game 3, and we'll see if he can be faster. So much interaction here on the other side of the table. Not just with the graveyard, also with the battlefields. We saw Caracas. They have access to Swords to Plowshares as well. And a turn 1 Dark Ritual into Sedgemoor Witch. Now this sidesteps a lot of the interaction. A Thoughtseize from Jared. Now this could have actually been saving him from a turn 2 loss. Chain of Smog, as we saw previously, that card goes infinite with the Sedgemoor. Just repeatedly targeting yourself every time, getting a 1/1 pest. And just trading Thoughtseizes here. See a green Sun Zenith. I believe that's an Orcish Bowmaster from the kind of metallic finish on the left side of the card. I'm not sure. Another Thoughtseize. And Rodney at this point pretty much just needs to get a second land into play and find a Chain of Smog. That is the priority. And Grief follows up that Thoughtseize. Fortunately, that does not make a pest. Any instants or sorceries that he casts will, though. Additional Thoughtseizes. Even a card like Entomb, you're just going to be able to fire off. I don't know if he has Cabal Therapy in this list. Tomb Cabal Therapy is actually fairly strong with the Sedgemoor. We're fully pivoting away from the graveyard plan. Fairly strong might be a stretch. There's some synergy there. It's 3 cards in hand. Swinging for 4. This is a clock. If your opponent does bring in enough interaction, they may find themselves without a board presence. And in this case, the sheer amount of discard has left Jared with literally just lands. So Rodney just 2 swings away, closing this out like some kind of Strixhaven draft, just beating down. Oh, and Swords to Plowshares. Yeah, that's a good one. Also a Mystical Archive, I think. So we're still in the Strixhaven theme here. He does need to pay the 3 life, or Swords to Plowshares is countered. Now, Animate Dead as a follow-up. Sedgemoor. Not actually sure why that other one is exiled. Maybe that was pitched to Grief earlier. This is my first time through, so let me know in the comments what that adjustment was about. It looks like a Sedgemoor being taken out of the graveyard, put into exile. I believe that was just maintaining the game state. There was some type of error that both players rectified, but this Animate Dead going to be able to get something. It's going to be Orcish Bowmasters, putting Jared down to 1. Got 3 bodies on board. Bowmasters is actually a 0-1, which is not super exciting. Oh, maybe he pinged him down to 2. Okay. So Endurance. Eek. Wow. That is a card that can beat Reanimator, but not usually like this. Endurance showing up, KOing the graveyard, making a block, and Jared down to 1. Dryad Arbor also a totally fine card here. Oh boy. Put back into the bin. I'm not sure if Jared's supposed to be a 2 or 1. 3 more damage comes through. Thought there was a ping involved here. Now we got Thoughtseize. Another Swords to Plowshares. Now it's just a complete reversal. Jared, the one with the board presence. Rodney sitting here, taking his beatings, waiting to see if his deck will bail him out. Lotus Petal, 4 mana. Got a Grief. Responded to with a Swords to Plowshares. Gains the 3 life. Would have taken the swords anyways. It was just a land otherwise in his hand. 4 more, just 2 more swings. Rodney needs anything to bail him out here. Elvish Reclaimer really tightens the noose here. It's pretty much, it's now or never. He's got an Entomb. I think this Elvish Reclaimer, that should be it. Does he have any other cards in hand? I think he's out of cards. Oh, so that was an end step Entomb. Okay, so he's got a draw step and it's Chain of Smog. So end of turn, Entombing Archon, giving himself a chance at any several reanimation effects, potentially winning the game. Reanimate wouldn't work at that point. And that is a wrap. Actually, if Jared was at 1, Reanimate could have grabbed Bowmaster, so he was in fine shape there. But yeah, that was a very close back and forth match.